My name is China Page, and I'm with the Youth Learning Center. Do you have a few minutes to answer some questions about the event you attended today on camera?
I would be glad to.
Thank you. Okay. What is your name?
My name is Daniel Hutch.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I am an economist with the United States Environmental Protection Agency, and I work for the Office of Policy for Administrator Lisa Jackson and her appointees who run the Office of Policy. And we help the Obama administration and headquarters of E.P.A. administer environmental laws that protect the air, land, and water. And we help decision makers like your mayor, your aldermen understand how to use federal programs, federal financial assistance, and compliance goals and objectives to meet the needs of the citizens in regards to health and a cleaner, healthier environment.
Okay. Why did you decide to come to this event today?
Well, one of my jobs is to help communities around the country with understanding the technical requirements of laws, as well as their responsibilities to reach out to diverse communities. And one of our objectives is to get more people involved in creating cleaner, healthier neighborhoods. And in doing so, they have to understand how their actions, how the buildings in their community, the quality of their parks, the design and layout of their streets affect the use of automobiles, affect choices that people have to live in homes that have less of an environmental footprint. That means they do not damage natural resources as much as they currently do. For example, there's a house that we have. We live in a house, and our house requires materials that rely on fossil fuels. It has materials that can harm humans because it off gases, and so it can create respiratory damage to the inhabitants of the house, or it can actually create pollution to the water, to the groundwater. So we try to educate community members on how to make decisions on buying homes, on using products so that they can live in a healthier environment.
Okay. What was the highlight of the event for you?
To meet you.
Oh.
You are our leaders and our future, and you're involved in understanding how to build a healthier and cleaner society. Right now, the animals that live in our environments are at risk. Our species that we live with are diminishing in numbers because of some of the decisions that we make to travel every day. Some of the decisions that we make to pave over parks and green spaces, which affects the habitat of animals. And the broader concept is ecosystems, which is the environment in which we live. And we all rely on plants and animals, ultimately, which is our source of food. So we want people to obey the laws, the clean air requirements. Many communities live in areas that have poor air quality because we over-rely on automobile transportation. And we don't allow people the opportunity to choose to walk or to cycle. And as a result, the air we breathe sometimes makes us sick. And we have a choice to do something different. We have a choice to walk. We have a choice to take a bus, which can carry people, more people, longer distances without polluting as much. So we want young people such as yourself to understand that you have choices in the future so that your children can live in a cleaner, greener, more healthier environment.
Was there anything new that you learned about the neighborhood today?
Well, yeah. My office is promoting something called compact development and reinvestment in existing communities. Over the past 30, 40 years, we've been growing further and further away from our existing cities and towns. And as a result, we have been driving more miles and we've been polluting more. By improving our neighborhoods, by making our cities more beautiful and safer, for example, more eyes on the street, putting windows alongside trails so people will feel like they can walk safely in the trail instead of having to drive everywhere because they're scared of safety. A lot of human behavior that affects pollution in communities is based on issues, day-to-day concerns about safety, based on convenience. You want a community that has cool places to go. We call them destinations. You know, wouldn't you want a cafe near your house?
Yes, I would.
What else would you like near your house?
Well, maybe like a bread co. A bread co?
Yeah?
The bread company.
Oh, really? And so you wouldn't necessarily want to drive a long distance, an hour away to that bread company. Well, the way we've developed is that we have outlawed those kind of uses in many communities, or not invested in commercial and retail establishments for our daily needs and our daily destinations. And we want to provide communities with more choices so that they don't have to drive in a car that pollutes our atmosphere to do a basic function that they can walk to. So that requires that people like you walk around your community and see why is that area a vacant space? Why is it that there's no store or shop there? Why is it that dangerous people hang out in that corner? And by being engaged, you can actually be involved in a solution that makes your community a better place to live, that provides more choices to humans that live in your environment that are less polluted, so that your air will be cleaner, you will be able to walk and do things without having to burn fossil fuels, which require problems to our environment.
Okay. How do you want to stay involved with this event in the future?
Well, I would like to provide technical assistance to decision makers, to aldermen, on how to design communities for sustainable outcomes for generations in the future. We want our grandchildren to live in a neighborhood that is conducive to the animals, is conducive to breathing clean air. And so that's what we want to help decision makers understand, how their day-to-day decisions on living can lead to sustainable, that is, intergenerational, clean environments for your children in the future. So how your decisions on where to live and how to live can affect that.
Is there anything else you would like us to know about the event today?
I would like you to ask questions when you walk around the community. Be aware of where you live, and communicate to your parents and to your teachers your concerns about how your neighborhood can be better.
Okay. Thank you for speaking with me.
Thank you.
Good job.
All right.
Excellent.